So what I want to do now is I'm going to come back over to my code editor and we're going to have a look at the cookie section here. Now, what we're doing in this is we're making two requests. So we're going to make two requests through the Site API, and we're going to start with this site, and then we're going to end up on going to this one. Now, the key differences here is the browser HTML and the response cookies section. Now, as I said, this is separate to sessions, but this could be all that you need to manage it depending on what you're trying to achieve. So when we say browser HTML is true in the first response, we're telling the API that we want to use a browser to make that initial request. But because we're returning the response cookies, we can hold that cookie and we can pass it into subsequent requests. So let's say, we access a website, we get through the checks, we're acting like a regular user. We get a session cookie back from them, and that's the response cookie here. And then we can go ahead and we can use it, and we can then pass that cookie into subsequent requests. Now, the difference is that this one is not a browser request. This is just an HTTP standard plain HTTP request. Now, what this means is that we can manage the costs a bit better because we only need the browser, perhaps in this instance, for actually getting through the anti-ban or getting that cookie for whatever other reason that has that information in it. We can then pass it into subsequent HTTP requests, which are going to be much cheaper and will be quicker. So that's something we can consider when we're working with certain websites. Now, I always say that you need to fully understand the site that you're trying to scrape the data from to understand how you want to do this, whether you want to just grab some cookies or whether you need other things to go forwards with that sort of with the scrape.